All right, cats and kittens, welcome to a the most special edition of Geekdom QA, where I answer your questions from the Ask.fm. But I'm not the only one answering questions this go around, because I am going to hop on the Ask.fm here momentarily, shortly, sometime during this video. But first, I got Twitter questions from you, and I asked the other day, I said, I am taking your questions for Lord Frieza for our next Q&A, and I have reconnected down to the home for infinite losers, and Lord Frieza is here to answer your questions. My lord, I am so happy to speak to you again. How are you?
You know, I'm doing well, but I thought I'd make one point here. Why exactly is it the home for infinite losers? Everyone knows that my track record exceeds everyone else's win-loss record over all these years.
Yes, you're anything but a loser. I mean, you've sent more people to that home than many others. So I don't know
Yes,
why.
I've recognized a lot of people since I've got here. I'm like, oh, hello, how's the family? Wait, they're down here too. Okay, see ya.
you let the Kylo Ren thing where you gave them a little card saying, I'm sorry that I killed your son. LOL, Frieza.
Essentially, yes.
All right, well, it's good to have you back, Lord Frieza, and I know a lot of people.
Back. Hello, how are you doing today, Geekdom?
I'm very good, man. Very, very good.
Good to hear, good to hear.
Yes, and the last time we talked was a week ago on the channel. I'm very happy. You know, you have the highest downloads of the highest views of any interview I've ever done, which shouldn't surprise anybody. I have never done an interview that has gotten this many views other than yours. And I've interviewed Rhymestyle, I've interviewed Chris Sabat, and yours is the most viewed.
Well, those are two very handsome men, but I'm a bit more handsome, so it does make sense.
I would agree there. Now, those of you guys who have not checked out Lord Frieza's YouTube page, that's right. Your Lord Frieza-sama himself has a YouTube from hell, which we're going to get to in our first question here from Dragon Ball's Best. But I want you guys to pause the video. Down below in the description, there's going to be a link to Frieza's page. Hopefully it'll be right this time. And you can click that link and subscribe to Lord Frieza. He will be on his channel entertaining you for fun, because out of the kindness of his heart. I think that you're misunderstood, Lord Frieza. I don't think you're as bad as the monkeys want to say that you are.
I'm definitely not as bad as them. I get bored down here in hell, so I do little silly YouTube videos and I do Let's Plays, and they're very entertaining. A lot of the time I yell and get angry whenever I have to see a monkey on the screen if it's a Dragon Ball game, but I get through it.
Yes, and let's go ahead and hop to the first question right here from Dragon Ball's Best. How are you able to play video games in hell? I figured you would use your key to control the controller, but if you have key control, why haven't you broke out of hell yet? From Dragon Ball's Best.
Whenever I was down here, I got there and King Yemma said, you know what, Frieza, even though you did so much evil and bad, I think you're an alright guy. I'm going to give you this little video game console to keep you occupied in your cocoon. It's a PlayStation 4. He's very kind for giving me that. I could blow the whole entire place up and escape and break out, but there wouldn't be much fun in that. And honestly, even if I kill everyone, how am I going to get out of this realm, this dimension? I'm not sure how to get out of that, so I kind of just make the best of what I have, at least.
The only thing I could think of is if maybe you could figure out what Majin Buu did and scream really loud and rip a hole in the space-time continuum. That's all that makes sense to me. I don't know if you tried that yet.
I've never thought to try that yet. It could be something that I do in the future. I'm not sure. I'll take a go at it and see how that goes and get back to you.
Yes, let's give it a shot. Now, from Frozen Particle, Nathan from Down Under, what is your race called? I can answer this. Anything but Arcosian.
That's pretty much essentially what it is. A lot of people like to call it the Freeze race or the Frieza race, and I'm flattered that it's named after yours truly.
Roka Soka, what does Frieza think of Cell?
What do I think of Cell? Well, where to start? I've always felt that he looked like a green cockroach. That's just number one. Number two, drop the whole flamboyant thing. That's my spiel. Please stop it, Cell. Please stop. You're embarrassing yourself.
Well, he does have your cells, so that could
He
be
does,
why.
he does, but he's never going to be quite as handsome as I am. If anything, he resembles the Green Man, and that's hideous. The best part about him is the white on his face, and we all know that. And that's not a thing because he's white. It's because I'm white. I'm a white Frieza, so that's his shot at trying to be as beautiful as I am, and he just can't do it.
I agree, but the one thing that he does have is that he knows all these techniques, and that would have probably been handy for you. But then again, who needs that? When you're Frieza, why do you need all that bullshit? Didn't help him out anyways. He still lost. Not just
He
to the
still
monkey.
lost.
He
The
lost to
child.
the kid. Yeah, the kid of the monkey.
I fought the child, and he didn't even do that much damage to me when he was enraged.
Sal's a bitch. All right, Mike Warren. How big is Batista's dick?
Oh, I bet you think you're funny, Mike. I'm coming for you!
You know, Batista's dick's probably gonna end up in hell pretty soon. Good night, Moon. When you were training for 4 months, what was your workout playlist like? I'm actually very interested in hearing that question.
A lot of Ninja Sex Party. A lot. All 3 albums.
I thought it was gonna be Megadeth and Godsmack, and they all rock.
Oh no, I need as much Danny Sexbang and spandex in my life as I can handle.
All right. Blue-haired SSJ. Frieza, you're the worst emperor of all time. This guy's a troll, Frieza. Don't listen to him.
Yeah, no, I've seen him on my YouTube and on my Twitter. He loves me. He secretly loves me.
Do you shit in the cocoon, or do they leave a hole open for you? From Danny, not me.
That's a tough one. See, I don't ever remember taking a poop. I think they kind of just warp it to another universe somehow. They just, right, you know, it's out there. See you later.
I wish they did that with my shit, I'll tell you that much. Especially after some Taco Bell. You know, it's bad. Do you have Taco Bell down there?
We don't. We have some off-brand Taco Hell. That's what they call it, I believe.
Taco HFIL, so probably gives you the shits too. From Lunar Lugia, why did it took so long for Frieza to transform in Namek to his final form, yet he did it under a minute in Revival of F? I guess it was because you got better at transforming. I mean, you got stronger. It's easy, right?
Well, yeah, that's not really the big thing. It was more or less just I wasn't going to exert myself more than necessary if unless I needed to, and the time arose where I needed to completely embarrass Vegeta. That's really what brought about the transformation.
Yeah, you were playing with your meat, as we talked about here.
Exactly. That's why I did it faster in Resurrection of F, the greatest movie of all time, because yours truly was in it. But because I wasn't trying to play no games.
I was playing with my meat a lot faster too during Resurrection F, but that's another story.
Oh, you naughty boy.
Oh my. All right, from Jay Bird Springs, did you see the recent JPN update to Dokkan? Like, OMG, Japan is lucky. Do you play Dokkan down there, Frieza? I think you said before that you don't, but you're thinking about it.
I don't play Dokkan, and I've been getting a plethora of requests to start it on my YouTube channel. So everyone, I'd like to publicly announce, it's happening. I'm going to do my first episode of Dokkan probably in the next week or so. I need to figure out how the hell to play it, so that's going to be a journey we're going to take together.
The first summon is going to be epic, man. You're going to get a lot of views. All right, Space Agent, who's your favorite underrated Dragon Ball character? I suppose they mean besides you, but I never thought you were underrated.
Oh, let's see. So, who I like the most that's an underrated character? You know, everybody shits on the Yamcha guy, but if you have ever actually seen the original Dragon Ball series, which you're a casual-ass fan if you haven't, I'll tell you right now, that mofo's got some style.
I thought you were going to say King Cold, your dad.
Oh, obviously I love my daddy. He's my favorite, but I'm saying, you know, underrated Yamcha.
I agree. Yamcha is very slept on, especially in old Dragon Ball. Harry Carson, Lord Frieza, what's your favorite cartoon?
Favorite cartoon?
Dexter's Laboratory is mine, especially the episode where they curse.
Oh gosh, Dexter's Laboratory was quite a good one. Omelette du fromage. Ed, and Eddie was really good. Can't forget my boy Johnny Bravo now as well.
Those are all fine choices. Powerpuff Girls, which actually did a Dragon Ball styled parody once, so they kind of went on that as well.
I love the Powerpuff Girls. Sugar, spice, and everything nice. Oh boy.
You should have said that in Resurrection F.
I should have. I was very sparkly.
Exactly. Speaking of which, this picture right here, this warms my heart. Is that why he's golden? This warms my heart right here. And I would imagine that this actually happened recently.
Yes, and you know, I never actually thought about that before. My brother reached his metallic form, which is somewhat of a silver platinum-esque color. So maybe that is why Toriyama wanted me to be gold. You know, opposites, yin and yang. It's a nice family portrait.
You chose it just to piss off Goku, though.
Probably, yeah. I thought it'd be a good way to really, you know, the ultimate final form fuck you to the face. I'm golden, just like your lame hair, except I do it better.
Much better. Nathan Charlton, what would happen if Vegeta got his wish on Earth? How would that affect the show? Also, Yacha was a badass till that little green. I think he's talking about Yamcha, which we just talked about a minute ago. What would happen if Vegeta got his wish on Earth? Well, if Vegeta was Lord Frieza, if Vegeta had wished himself to be immortal, that would have been quite the pain in the ass for you, because he would have come after you, and you would have kept hitting him with everything. He would have just kept coming back. That would have been quite the pain in the ass.
It would have definitely been quite a pain in the ass for sure. The only thing that would have kept me completely fine and safe. Was his power level back then was so mediocre, barely around 40,000 on the Scouter at his fully powered powers. So I mean, he's not really gonna pose a threat power level wise. So I'm not really worried about his attacks. He could wear me down over time. I guess I would have to chop his head off. That'd be the only thing that I could do.
You'd have to like cut his legs off and put him in a jar or something, and that's it. Because
Yes,
I mean,
take each limb and scatter it to a separate part of the galaxy.
now this is a good question right here, Lord Frieza, because I've wondered this myself. How old are you? Also, do you put lipstick on, or are your lips naturally purple? I think it's natural, but how old are you? Because you're pretty old, but you're still young. Like in your race, you're young. So
My race can live for a very long time. Actually, none of us really know exactly how long we can live. Because the only time that we really ever die is usually in battle. It's never from old age. So I myself am a couple of 100 years old, somewhere between 200 to 300 years, I believe, if I had to guess. But you lose count after a while.
And that's the thing too, is also this question can't be answered because by what age range, like the Gregorian calendar, there's different calendars in the universe. So a year for the Namekians is different than a year for the Earthlings. So you might be 400 years old to the Namekians, you might be 150 to the Earthlings. So that can't even be answered.
It's very possible. All that I know is I look great for my age.
All right, take this one.
Okay, Frieza. Frieza, why do you reproduce asexually, yet you have a long, hard object you take with you everywhere? Well, let's see. There's something about planting my seed in someone that I'm not quite okay with. I'm not sure what they could do with my DNA, so I figure I'll just reproduce myself and have all the good fun on the side.
Well, what they did with your DNA is they made cell.
Yes, exactly. As you can see, things go wrong when my DNA gets out.
Yeah, things go very wrong. Did Frieza's spaceship come with a good warranty? I hope so.
Well, I make other people do the hard work for me, so even if the warranty's out of date and doesn't work, I can obviously just, death beam someone in a family and say, you're next if you don't fix the carburetor in it, so get to work, bitch.
So the warranty doesn't even matter because you've got people working for you all the time. Why would you need a warranty if you're a
I am the warranty. I am the warranty. That's what I was...
Self-made man.
I am the warranty. If I want it fixed, it gets fixed. Exactly, yes.
I respect that. Is your father King Cold in his second form?
Yes, he is. Yes.
Okay.
I've always asked him why he never went to the final. He just says to me in his little his little happy daddy Frieza voice, I don't need to do it, blah 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 blah. And that's his excuse.
Let me ask you a follow-up question to that. If he had been allowed to go to his final form, would he have been able to take out Trunks?
I think he would have definitely been able to take Trunks out, because I think my father, at least at that time where we were at in the story of Dragon Ball, I think he actually may have been a bit stronger than me, but I don't know because he never showed me his final form. I think I seen it once when I was a child, and that was it, and I was very young, so I don't remember.
Yeah, it would have been interesting to see how it would have played out that way. Now, Professor Oak says he should address his famous feud with Stanley Kubrick. I don't really know what he's talking about. Do you have a feud?
Neither do I. I'm not sure. Next question.
Wrong guy. All right, One Punch Kylo, can you make a mixtape?
Oh, I'm actually working on a disc to the monkeys right now.
I remember you mentioned that in your stream the other night. I'm actually excited about it.
Oh yeah, someone took my sexy Frieza theme and turned it into the sexiest hip-hop beat you've ever heard. It's going to be amazing. Brace your bodies.
When will Monaka transform into Broly? That's not about Frieza. Next question. Talk about Frieza's gender. I know he's a guy, but I want him to address this question. Okay. Yes, he's a guy. Frieza's male. Why is that so complicated, Lord?
I'm not sure. I think a lot of people aren't sure because I'm so in touch with my sexual side that I can get a bit carried away and wave and flutter my hands around sometimes.
How good is the internet in hell, or should I say hell internet? I would say hellnet. Not very good.
Well, I've addressed this question a couple of times before on my channel as well. People ask me how I get on the internet, and I say, well, we have Hellcast down here, and the rates are terrible, and don't even get me started on the customer service.
Yes, it sounds horrible, Lord. It sounds terrible. All right, how strong do you think the Child Saiyans in Universe 6 are? How the hell are we supposed to know?
Well, from what I can see, like we've talked about in our recent interview, Mr. Geekdom's been kind enough to send me the VHSs of Dragon Ball Super down here in hell, and I do remember the small Saiyan being asked, do Saiyans have transformations in your universe? And they said no. So if they can't turn Super Saiyan, they're obviously not that strong.
Yeah, we're gonna find out soon because they might have some other transformation. Who knows? Who like they don't have the gold hair, but they might have something else. We'll find out. Can Cell have a golden form? Well, I did a video on my channel called "What if there was a golden cell, or is golden cell possible?" So go watch that. Now, Barn Sludge has several questions for you, my lordship. Let's start right here. How many planets have you blown up? Also, how many alien races have you genocided?
Well, that one right there, Bond Sludge, I don't think I can honestly answer for you because it's been so many years and I've done it so many times that I've lost count. I lost count probably around 100 on the planets that I've blown up. As for alien races that I've genocided, 30, 40, somewhere in that area. It could be more, could be less, I'm not sure. You get numb to it after a while.
That's like asking how many women I've slept with. I mean, come
Oh,
on.
yes.
Man. I lost
and
track.
And Geekdom is a legend with the ladies, so you don't even understand.
You've seen me in action, Lord Frieza.
I have. He came down and visited me in hell a couple of days ago. This man was pulling women left and right. Some of them I killed.
Yeah, Marilyn Monroe was a great fuck. And I will say,
gosh.
damn. And I will say this: King Yama looked at me and goes, "I'll be seeing you soon," so I know where I'm going.
Oh yes. And when you get here, we're going to have a lot more fun.
That's certainly true. All right, could a Saiyan reproduce with a member of Jace or Zarbon's race? What would the offspring look like? I don't think you. Do you even know this, Lord Frieza? Sounds horrific.
Well, first and foremost, they better stay the hell away from my Zarbon. He's mine. They can have the cheap-ass space Australian. Go for it. I don't care. I don't really know if they could reproduce. Maybe, possibly. That baby would be really ginger. And I don't know. Gosh. Next question.
Yeah, it sounds pretty disgusting. When Goku tried to... Now, this is a good question. When Goku tried to spare you on Namek, why didn't you just accept your loss and then go train for 4 months before you got cut in half? That is a good question. I mean, I guess you were just caught up in the moment. What do you think?
Well, I have a bit of an ego, and it can get in the way sometimes.
Yeah, because I think he's thinking maybe if you had just accepted the loss and just left, you could have come back stronger. And you did, but then that asshole Trunks got in the way and ruined the whole party.
Yes, so, yeah, pretty good answer there.
Yep. Now, this guy's asking me questions that I'm not going to answer. Psychopathic Joker, send these to the Ask.fm, because I'm not answering like Flash versus Wii, Superboy Prime, and God Goku. That's not what we're here to do. This thread is strictly for Lord Frieza, and I can't speak for Lord Frieza, but I give a fuck less about Superboy Prime and God Goku. No, I don't care.
I could care less about Goku in general.
Right, except if he's dead. That's the only way.
Oh, that would be the happiest moment of my life.
Why did you only train for 4 months?
Well, I got bored after 4 months. I should have stayed and did an extra week and I would have been fine power level wise, but I got bored, so I moved on. I figured, you know what, I've got to be strong enough to kill these monkeys by now. I've never pushed myself this far.
And you were stronger than both of them, but then you got worn out. It happens.
Yes, I ran out of power too quickly. I should have just, like I said, I should have spent 1 more week to regulate the ki, and I would have been fine.
And it would have been a slaughter.
Oh, it would have been a slaughter fest. Lord Beerus would have gave me a high five.
I would agree. Unless you got like food inside of that cherry or that strawberry sundae, then it would have been a problem. Or not food. I'm sorry.
Don't piss off the purple cat. Don't piss off the purple cat.
But I think if you train for a few more months, you probably could have taken on the purple cat. I really believe that.
I think so too. If I ever come back again, we'll make sure that we rectify all the issues.
Frieza, do you have genitals?
Well, I have a tail. Would you like to play with it?
That's good enough. All right, Gerardo. When you got to Earth in Resurrection F, why didn't you mention Future Trunks? He killed you. Well, no, I do remember you mentioning the 2 Saiyans you wanted revenge on, but one of them they couldn't find. And I don't know if Sorbet or Tagoma had told you this, Lord Frieza, but Trunks went back to the future. And the problem is that he went back to his future, so there's literally no way you could have gotten revenge on him because he's from a different timeline. So you might as well write that one off to the game.
Yes, I guess I will have to chalk that up as an L, take the loss on that one, but if I ever see him again, you know what's coming.
Bad time. All right, last question here from D Broncos, and then we're going to go to the Ask FM. Is the reason he couldn't maintain his 100% form in DBZ because of a lack of training? 5th member of Team Beerus. Well, I don't think Frieza's going to be the 5th member of Team Beerus. I don't think that's going to happen. But what about the 100% form? Was that the same thing?
I think one of the issues with the 100% form is that again, it was the same issue as my golden form. A much higher level of ki, but a lot harder to regulate, and it blows through it unproportional speeds. So much power.
See, what I think, Lord Frieza, is that a lot of these guys are fat and they've never been to the gym. And here's the way it works in the gym is that you can do strength training, you can do cardio, there's different kinds of training methods, and the reality is that the more muscle you pack on your body, the faster that you drain. And that's for any athlete anywhere. Doesn't matter if you play football.
Yes, he's right.
Yeah, and the thing is that people assume that, if you're fat, and yes, it's true, if you are overweight, you are slower and your stamina goes down. It's the same thing if you're very muscular because your body has to pump blood to all that muscle. So no matter what, the more buff you are, the slower and less stamina you're going to have. And the same thing happened to Vegeta and Trunks later on in the series. It's not all about muscle mass, which is why Golden Frieza worked, because it wasn't all about muscle mass. Even though I still had the stamina issues, it wasn't because of the muscle mass. It was because of the lack of getting your body used to it. It was a different scenario.
Yeah, I was a lean, mean, sexy machine in Resurrection of If.
I don't think that you would make the same mistake twice. So
I don't. Every time that I've ever showed up in the show, I've always rectified the last mistake I made and came back better.
That's it. Yeah. So that means the next time they're fucked.
Oh my goodness. Oh my. I'm not even going to stop with Earth. I'm going to take out the whole galaxy.
I can't wait to see that. Now, let's go ahead and hop on the Ask.fm here. I'm going to hop around. A few of these questions are for me, Lord Frieza, but I would like your input. First question, will the first 10 seasons of The Simpsons ever be released on Blu-ray by a company other than the Fox? The answer is no. My college is a course on Dragon Ball Studies. Should I take it as a major? If I'm not teaching the course, don't bother.
I'm going to go with him on that one. The man knows his information on Dragon Ball.
Geekdom 101, fucker. All right.
I see what you did there. I see it. It's golden. It's beautiful.
All right. Let's see here. Okay, here's a great a question for you, Lord. What is your favorite romantic comedy? Shallow Hal or 500 Days of Summer are his favorite? Okay, one quick thing I'll say. I don't think 500 Days of Summer is a romantic comedy. It's more of like an actual romance movie and a heartbreaking one. My favorite, and in my opinion, the greatest romantic comedy of all time is As Good as It Gets. What about yours?
As Good as It Gets was a pretty funny one. Romantic comedies, gosh, there's so many. I did enjoy 13 Going on 30. I thought that was very funny. That had Mark Ruffalo in it, right?
Yes, I believe so. The Alpha. Yes, indeed.
Yes. I'll go with 13 Going on 30. I thought it was so adorable.
It doesn't surprise me at all. Do you listen to U2 or Coldplay, Lord Frieza?
I think they're both completely overrated.
I kind of agree with you. They're all right. They're all right. You know what I mean?
They're good, but I'm not going to shake my tail at them if that's what they're asking.
Have you ever had sleep paralysis from Rock Mac?
Have I ever had sleep paralysis? No, my body's much too powerful for something like that.
Well, I can't say the same. I have had it once, and it's very scary. I couldn't move. I was awake, but I couldn't open my eyes. It was very scary. And if it happened to you, don't worry. It's normal. But I'm glad it never happened to you, Lord Frieza, because it could be pretty fucked. So there you go. Would you also want Budokai Tenkaichi 3 remake for HD, PS4, Xbox One, 360, and PS3? Well, it's not going to be for 360 and PS3 because they're not making any more games for it. But Lord Frieza, if they were to remake Budokai Tenkaichi 3, would you consider playing that on your channel at least a couple times?
Absolutely, yes. I would love to play it. That was a very fun game.
I agree with you. And I will say this. I'm not allowed to talk about this publicly, but you may get your wish sooner than later. That's all I'm going to say. That's it. Just don't ask in the comment section what I'm talking about. So there you go. Let's keep going here.
If you ask, I will make sure that I personally come and destroy you. Yes. Don't test me.
And their entire family, please.
Oh, yes. It's going to be a massacre.
I can't wait to see that. All right. Rate all the Jurassic Parks and Jurassic Worlds. Have you seen all 4 Jurassic Park movies?
I've seen all the Jurassic Park movies. I have not seen Jurassic World yet.
Okay, well, to me, I think it goes 1, and then Jurassic World, and then 2 and 3. How would you rank the original 3? Because I don't like the sequels, man.
I was a big fan of the first Jurassic Park. I didn't really care for the second and third so much.
I agree, and Jeff
Goldblum's my boy.
Yes, I love Jeff Goldblum. I'm so happy you said that.
Oh, he was the best part of the whole entire movie.
Yes.
The whole must go faster, must go faster.
This question right here. Now that Ron did a video with Herms, will the KANZENSHUU staff collab with Dragon Ball YouTubers more? Herms is not a representative of the entire staff, so I would say Herms might, because I'm working on some stuff with Herms, but I don't know about the rest of the boys. So, let's see here. I'm going to keep moving here so I can get a good question. Why didn't you do a 50K server? I did. It's called The Interview with Frieza. This guy's an idiot. Yesterday. Oh, you know what, Lord Frieza? I'm going to answer it right now.
I think you should answer it live.
Right here live. I did. Hold on. I did.
Hello. You should probably click through the channel a bit more. Scroll over, buddy. The video's there. My sexy face is on the picture. I do not. I feel like this is more of a statement than a question. Oh, I thought they were just stating that I would do all three of them because I would. Let's see here. I'm gonna have to bang the Terminator.
By the way, my just real quick, my audio was going out there for a second, so hopefully it didn't ruin the whole video. It was out for just a second, so continue, though, Lord Frieza.
Oh, I'm sure they'll be all right. They'll live.
I hope so.
Let's see. Well, we're gonna do the Terminator. We're going to do him because why not? We'll marry Bill Murray and we'll kill Sylvester Stallone because I can't understand a word that Sylvester Stallone's saying, so I couldn't imagine spending the rest of my life with him.
Agreed. All right, let's take one more question here. This is the last question. What is the weirdest, most fucked up shit you've ever fapped to?
We can get into some really raunchy shit here, so let's start walking down the yellow brick road, folks.
Well, mine was when you killed Dende. If you want me to be honest, I don't know about you.
It's very fappable.
So you don't want to answer this? You're very. Are you just?
Oh,
we're going.
No, we're going down that road. We're going there. Okay, so craziest thing that I've ever fapped to. Okay, it was a really awkward situation one day. I just come back from conquering a planet, and I was walking through my ship's corridors, and I noticed Zarbon go into a room. And when I went into the doorway, he doesn't know that I was watching, and I was just sitting there stroking and tickling my tail as I watched Zarbon look up some really, really raunchy porn on the internet. And the space internet's a lot faster than hell internet. So there was like 4 different monitors going, men on men, women on women, men on women. I swear I seen some animals get in there somewhere. And I didn't stop looking. It got a little hot and heavy in there, yes. Big whoop, want to fight about it. I got so hot, I literally almost blew up half of the ship when I climaxed. Zarbon turned around, and he seen me, and he was like, oh my lord, oh gosh, I didn't mean for you to see me. And I said, don't stop, Zarbon. I'm liking this, keep going. And that's where our sexual relationship actually began, that day on that ship. I went in. I made him tickle my tail, and it was just scrumptiously delicious. That's when we became lovers.
We're not going to be able to top that, folks. All right, everybody check out Lord Frieza. I will leave the link down below, and subscribe to Lord Frieza's channel. And
Follow me on Twitter, too, @RealLordFrieza, all one word.
Real Lord Frieza, Frieza is the way it's spelled on there. And thank you, Lord. I hope you'll come back to do more stuff in the future.
Always will. Big fan of yours, Geekdom. You keep me so entertained when I'm bored down here. Thank you for all of your countless hours of entertainment again, and thank you for having me.
Thank you, and hey, we'll catch all y'all down in hell.
Oh, can I do my favorite outro line for them?
Yeah.
Ha ha ha! Okay, bye!